Now, I'm not very sure how many of you know about this or may have forgotten about it, but there is actually a secret method to actually finding diamonds in Minecraft, and it all begins here in the desert biome, or more specifically, the biome that we've been through before. But let me explain, okay? So you see, if you have been playing Minecraft long enough, or any adventurers have played Minecraft for years, there's actually one structure in the game that's like so rare that it's probably not as rare as to mention, but I think you know what I'm talking about. And it's actually the fossil. More specifically, a special fossil that can only be found here, but in another biome too as well. You see, back in 1.10 in Minecraft, there used to be a structure called the fossil, and pretty much everyone knows about it for a long time since it's been added to 1.10. But somewhere in the Cave and Cliffs update, because of the update for the Cave Eclipse, Mojang decided to add a brand new structure, but it's not just any structure. We've seen fossils before, but not in the way you think. Now, a lot of players would probably forget about this method, but I'm covering this video, and the reason why I'm making the video is because there's this YouTuber named Shulkercraft that has actually made methods of getting diamonds. But the one important method, or at least one method, that's quite secret that not a lot of players or a lot of Minecraft players will remember or kind of like forgot about. And of course, it actually is the fossil, but a fossil that actually has diamonds. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining this very well, but I'm doing my best. So just let me do my explain, okay? Now, apparently, the fossils you find are only available in the desert. And I don't know why. They are found in the swamps, but I don't know. I haven't found any like fossils in swamps or, find any diamond fossils that are in the swamps. But I'm going to actually show you like 3 different locations of diamond fossils. But I don't have to show you all of them because they're actually spread out everywhere in this biome. Now, at first, there's no way to actually find them because they're not found on the surface, they're found deep underground. The only problem is, where exactly? That's the problem. Because not everyone knows where them all are in the desert. Because they're all hidden underground. And even though if I do go into spectator mode, and of course, if we head down underground, you're going to see there's a lot of, caves and stuff. Nothing too new, especially trial chambers or mine shafts. But you might be wondering why we're not seeing any, like, open space. Well, they are actually hidden underground. I don't know if this is going to pick up the recording, but I'm going to actually do this command to replace all the air with deep slate, and we should... Oh, hang on. Let me just give myself some buffs. This is one of the diamond fossils, and this method is probably a really good one because this actually can give you like a lot of diamonds. Now, not every single fossil is going to treat equally with the same amount of diamonds. Each of them are accumulated from like maybe 2 or 5 diamond ores in one. Like fossil, like this one's got like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 13 are about here. Sometimes you can find like 25, probably the maximum amount. I think I found like 21 or 23. There was a point where I found 25 and stuff in this like my own Minecraft world. And I'm actually using an app called Chunkbase. And before you consider that cheating, let's be honest. And let me tell you something. If you were going to find these diamond fossils, how are you going to do it? Like, all of them are pretty much on different Y levels, but they're always going to be in deep slate every single time. And of course, whenever we need to find these diamonds, it's easy to do it like strip mining and stuff, but if you're tired of just doing all of those methods, then maybe you should do fossil mining. Now, I understand fossil mining is not like the most efficient because they're pretty much like almost like mostly everywhere underground in the desert biomes, but finding these is like nearly impossible because you don't even know where they are exactly. They're only located in swamps and deserts, but finding them underground would take forever. And of course, there's like ranging from negative 35 down to like the bottom of the world, negative 55. But finding these fossils, like I said before, it would be nearly impossible, because how would you be able to know where they all are? And because there's like trillions of different seeds, you're not going to be able to know where all of these fossils are. It's highly impossible. And you're not going to be able to find them without any like outside help and stuff. And since every single seed is like unique, you're not going to be able to find the fossils in the exact same place. And of course, even though this one has like 13, it's actually a pretty good amount. And honestly, I think I would do this method a lot because it actually might be the fastest. It might be better, but I don't know. Some people might say it's not fast and like good, but to me, I think it's actually a choice to actually make if you want to find a lot of diamonds and stuff. And even though this one had 13, not all of them are going to have 13. Some of them might have less than 13 or more than 13. It does accumulate. No, it fluctuates. It probably fluctuates between the numbers. Now, not every single fossil is going to have diamonds. There are going to be fossils that might have coal, and people just pass on that real badly because, you know, they don't need coal because you could just build a wither farm for that. To find these fossils on the ground would be impossible. It is, because there's no way. You would just be wasting a ton of time. And even if you do, like, use a tunnel bore or, you know, flying machine to break apart, like, the world and stuff, I don't think it would be the most efficient. So it would be better to just use the Chunk-Base app, of course. And I'm going to say this once. I think it's actually worth using the Chunk-Base app to actually find all your fossils and stuff. And there's like lots of different locations around to actually find these kind of diamonds and these fossils. But let me just go to another location real quickly. Okay, so here we are at what looks like a regular swamplands. I know these have been added for a very long time since, you know, they were first added to the game, but I'm not quite confident that any of the fossils will be found here. But we're going to go underground again, and that's probably what the swamp biome looks like from way underground when you're spectator mode. So yeah, let's just keep going down and... Oh my gosh. Here it is. I thought, okay, well, this actually surprised me. I thought they only found the deserts. They don't find anything like this in the Mesa biome, that's for sure. Let me just get rid of this and clear it up. There we go. Oh, this is a big one. Oh shoot, there's actually lava right there. That's better. Nope. There you go. So yeah, apparently you can find fossils in swamp biomes. And why? I don't know. But they weren't added in this update, that's for sure. They were added in a previous couple updates from before. Somewhere around Bedrock 1.21. Definitely 1.21. Somewhere between 1.21.60 and 1.21.82. So between those two, this was added in those two updates. But fossils have been added since 1.10, but this fossil has been added to swamps have been added between 1.21.60 and 1.21.82. And that's pretty crazy. This is crazy. Not only you'll be able to find diamonds in deserts, but also in swamps and mangrove swamps. Yo, that's actually big. So I guess diamonds has got a big buff for finding more of them, especially in big fossils like this. How much is this? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 11. I was expecting more, but I guess when you find these fossils, you'll definitely find like gold ore and like redstone too as well, and pretty much other diamonds nearby. So maybe you might be able to get more if you're like lucky and stuff. And I'm not very sure how I'm gonna run into like more of the redstone and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, finding these diamond fossils is definitely worth it, especially with all the other ores you can find around it too. I mean, if you get lucky to find them, that is. I mean, it's just not possible to find these fossils on the ground because all the deep slate you have to go through. And it did. Hold on. Yeah, you're not going to be able to find diamonds like this because all the deep slates are filling up all those blocks and stuff, the spaces. But this one was like in a cave of its own. It's like separated from all the others. And there's no way anyone is going to be able to find any of this stuff here. And didn't I... wait. Over there. I did make another hole over here for another location. Now again, I am using chunk base app because finding diamonds without the chunk base is just nearly impossible. And all sizes do matter, especially depending on how many we got here. And this is a crazy ore vein over here. Just like north, south. Yeah, it looks like it's up north. Now, I'm not very sure how the chunk base gets to be quite accurate, but it's pretty much off of the world generate that the person has made. I'm gonna be honest. Just using the chunk base to find all their geodes and structures and fossils, yeah, it's definitely worth it. 100%, no doubt about that. I am gonna be finding all my diamonds like this because if you wanted to get like a ton of diamonds but don't want to be doing the temple way, then that's fine. There's actually another way that you could get diamonds, and that's also fossils. And I know you can get diamonds from End City looting, but that takes like hours to travel and you have to go very far for the newer ones. And I know you can find diamonds in like Nether Fortress, and that can actually be quite dangerous. And there's actually plenty of other methods too as well. Many other methods. I just can't believe that some YouTubers who include these kind of methods forget about fossil mining. Like, why? I understand you have to use the chunk base app, but this YouTuber named Tezo, he actually used the chunk base app to find a ton of diamonds from these fossils. And if it worked for him, it's gonna definitely work for anybody, including myself. Because I do want all those diamonds. I'm not sure how big this ore vein is. Wait, let me just see how big this ore vein is. Oh, that big? Oh shoot, well now I may have created more mess. But that's fine. See, there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. You got like 13 right here. If you manage to mine, north in the right coordinates and stuff. And yes, I do have my coordinates up because that way you'll be able to know where they are. Now, like I said, not every single every single seed is going to be treated equally. They're never going to be treated equally, but everyone already knows that, which is understandable. And finding these fossils, quite tedious, I know. There's no way you're going to be able to find them, but they are always in deep slate for the fossils, for the diamond fossils, of course. The other fossils are not diamonds, pretty much somewhere close to the surface, but it's not clear to know where they all are unless you use the chunk base. The location, it gives you a location, but not the Y coordinates, so you're going to have to dig deep until you find it, okay? You'll definitely run into them. You'll definitely run into them no matter what. So yeah, I highly suggest anyone doing this method if you're into like excavating like fossils and stuff. Plus, all those bone blocks you're getting contain bone meal, so at least you'll be able to use it for your bone meal for anything, like farm crops and stuff. So there's like 2 blocks here to actually mine. The bone blocks, the diamonds. Yep, it's still. I think it's still worth doing this method. I think it's still worth it too, because you may never know when you're gonna need to run out when you run out of like other ores and stuff. Don't know about that, but Louis, nobody seems to care about that. I mean, doesn't seem to be quite useless stuff. So yeah, this looks like the fossils here are quite useful and quite interesting because every fossil seems to be different, and I actually like how it looks. Okay, well, this kind of method is actually quite useful. I think it is, and I think you guys should definitely try out this method. Like I said, I'm not very sure how many people forgot about this method or don't know this method even exists. But when I used Chunkbait for like the first time to find fossils, like the diamond fossils, at first there's no way they added diamond fossils to the game. And I was very shocked and surprised not to hear cave noise, but to actually see diamonds with the fossils. That's actually pretty impressive. I gotta be honest. I'm not sure how it works, but I like how the diamond ores are like replacing the bone blocks, and it's like part of the fossil. I actually like that. I wonder if we actually ever found like fossils that contain diamonds. It's kind of like something that would happen in real life, right? Definitely, I think so. And it's kind of strange to see a geode like right next door to the fossil too. That's crazy. I mean, just finding these geodes on the surface, like in the ocean floor, is easy, but finding them on the ground is quite of a task. But at least they have a hole inside of them containing just the amethyst and stuff. Alright, well, I hope this video and this method comes to your quite interest and helps you out a lot. So if you ever need a lot of diamonds and need it for whatever reason, especially for the beacons, well, now you have it. The only thing you need is the chunk base app to guide you, and that's it. I mean, without guidance, you're not going to be able to get far. You're not going to be able to find them, especially way down in Deep Slate territory. But, hey, sometimes you gotta get yourself a little dirty down in the Deep Slate area. I'm not sure why I said that, but, you know. Okay, well, thanks again for watching, everybody. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find this quite useful, because I think it's useful. I'm not very sure how many YouTubers have actually covered diamond fossils and stuff like that, but this is like another best way to actually get diamonds, and discovering fossils in different locations, and of course under, like, you know, the swamp, which quite surprised me. I didn't thought the swamps would actually have fossils underground, but they do. Okay, well, thanks again for watching, everybody, and as always, I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye. Or video. Why do I keep saying episode? Well, yeah, okay, well, bye.